What's up, Ramla? You are now in the kitchen with Chef Nixon for all your fixes for the latest and greatest of VCU men's basketball. So, had a game last night. VCU hosting Dayton. How'd it go? Let's get into it. So, Turn of AG. Anthony Grant comes back to VCU, his old stomping grounds, uh, and hopes to get revenge from a loss they suffered at Dayton by the hands of VCU. Uh, Very close game, very competitive, back and forth, a lot of lead changes, tons of ties, and basically won by a game winner in a sense. So it was. I was curious to see how this one was going to go. How this one was going to go. Dayton comes into the game on a two-game win streak after beating Fordham and Rhode Island University. Coming into VCU, I'm pretty sure, pretty pissed and really excited to try to get a game back. VCU is coming in on a three-game win streak. Of course, they had the great win at Davidson. They hosted St. Joseph's and got the win there. Excuse me. And then also beating Richmond at Richmond. So honestly, my early predictions coming into this game, I just assumed that our momentum, would just really carry us throughout this game. I thought that we were clicking at the right times, moving forward in the conference. The leaders were leading, and the role players were Leonardo DiCaprio playing their role to the T. So I just really thought that we were gonna have a lot of success in this game. But then I showed up to the game, and I got there a little bit late. I had to finesse get one of my friends a ticket last minute. He had a ticket, and something happened with it, so I had to try to get him a ticket. That kind of hindered me from being there on time. So we get there, and I think we get at like the first media timeout, so not too much has passed. And I look over and I see Deloach just sitting like sweats and warm ups. I'm like, yo, why is he not playing? What's going on? And at this point in time, I think the game was only like a 4-point game, something like that. Dayton had the lead. Like, damn, why isn't he playing? When did he get hurt? What did he hurt? Yeah, I still don't know. And then I think the play comes back. They start playing again, and I'm just, da 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 da, and we start messing up. And I'm like, well, damn, where's Vince? And then I look over to the bench, and I'm like, where's Vince? And I go down, my eyes just down the line of the players, the coaches, and I see Vince just sitting there with warm ups on, and I was like, oh. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we have a very capable team. But however, like, you know how we played without Ace? We really struggled on the offensive end. Like, we really, really were terrible on offense. And when you don't have Vince there, it's like not having Draymond Green on the Warriors. But we don't have Steph Curry nor Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? So we're a decent team, but you can't beat a Phoenix Suns or a Milwaukee Bucks, with no Klay Thompson, no Draymond Green, and no Steph Curry. It's just not going to happen. It was a uphill battle for us as soon as I seen that. So. I was shaky, skeptical about how the game was. I figured it was going to be, if we were going to win, we were going to have to really play above our means. And Dayton is a very well coached team. If you've been around VCU for a long time, you know how AG ran his basketball clubs. They don't cheat the game. He wants guys that can go out there and play and give it their best. So they're very well coached. AG he's traveled to, from VCU to Alabama to OKC to Dayton, you know what I mean? So he's picked up so many different things. They've been around so many great minds of the game, you know. So Dayton is well coached, and you know it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be really hard for us to win without Vince. And I don't think that this was like I don't think that this had to be like a game time decision because I didn't see anywhere leading up to the game that Vince wasn't playing, or even Delos for that matter. So it was all a surprise for me. Were y'all surprised? I was hella surprised. Um, so let's really get into the no Vince impact. Let's really like delve into that and what that means. So first and foremost, let's start out with just an additional ball handler on the court. Um, you know, Jay Nunn and Ace were running the point, but it's been a while since we even had like for real Jay Nunn bring the ball up the court um, consistently, I guess you could say. And him having to do that this game kind of reminds me, like, damn, we that's why it's not saying him in particular, but he's really not a true point guard. You know what I mean? Um, so that right there, him having to bring the ball up, kind of takes away from our offense already. Um, and Dayton, they were really trying to get the ball out of Ace's hands and make Jay Nunn be the decision maker. You know, which really ain't his cup of tea. Um, and that, of course, that didn't work in our favor. We had some turnovers in the backcourt uncharacteristically. Because usually, you know, we come up, we throw the ball in. If they trap, we can throw it back to Vince, clear out, and their four-man has to guard Vince up the court, which is a breeze. So no Vince, that's impacted. Now let's talk about on the offensive end as far as our offensive schemes and what we like to do. We love when things are in doubt, one hook or hook three or something like that, right? Whether that's Vince being the ball handler coming off the screen, because basically it's a screen for the screener. Screener runs up, sets screen for the point guard or whoever the ball handler is. A lot of times we run that with Ace. A lot of times we do that with Vince. So Vince gets the ball. He's of course he's a great passer. So him coming off that screen opens up the floor for him to score and for us to get easier shots and easier drives to the basket. So that's gone. Now, for instance, let's throw him at the four, where he spends some time at as well. You know, because we have a two big lineup, but for our bread and butter is when Vince is at the four. So we got the same action, the hook one, and you got Vince coming to set the screen, and Ace coming off or Nunn coming off, which creates a situation where either they have to make a decision to either help out on the screen, and that gives Vince the ability to pop back to the four or back to the three-point line, for open shots, or if they close out, swing, boom, or easy basket, or it creates imbalance within the defense, so we can either score for ourselves or drive to the paint, get the defense to collapse and kick out for easier shots. So that aspect's gone. The actual pick and pop is gone because you're not going to see, even if Delos was in the game, you're not going to see that from him. You're not going to see that from Hassan. You're not going to see that from Mikael Brown-Jones. You're not really going to see that from Levi. And we got to talk about Levi. So that aspect is gone, along with our shot maker. We have two shot makers, and that's Ace Baldwin and Vince. When shot clock's running down, either one of those two guys have the ball and they can create a shot. I.e., when we were at Richmond last possession of the game, Vince is able to recover a broken play and make a play. He hit the big three. We don't have that no more. So then let's go to the defensive end. Now, not only does Vince play good defense, but it's a chess match out there for Vince. Vince is chirping at the players on the other team, getting them outside of the game. It's a mental game. Vince always picks up at least one charge a game. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. Vince is, if not leading in blocks, he's top 3 in blocks on the team. He's top in steals, and then he's like the quarterback for our defense. You know what I mean? Him and Ace. Cannot Ace. Ace is a dog, but those two guys are a tandem that really hold the defense together. And I would say Vince is more of that tandem because he still can guard all 5 positions. You know what I'm saying? Push comes to shove, you can throw Vince on a 5. More than likely, he's going to pick up a charge. You know what I mean? In transition, Vince hustles back and gets blocks that were going to be two points easily. He erases those, just like Briante used to do with steals. Like, there's plenty of times where the transition was not going in our favor. Briante would get a steal, and that's how Vince does with blocks and steals. So that's gone. That's missing. And it really, really showed how much he means to us. And don't get me wrong, like, with no Ace, we don't have the pace and the control and the leadership we need to be successful enough on the offensive end. Without Vince, we don't have the firepower, we don't have the backing on the defensive end. So those two are the 2 players that we really can't afford to lose. And having one of them out playing a top team in the A-10 is going to be tough, right? So now, before I go to what Dayton was doing, let's talk about my guy Levi. He needs some more palm trees, man. You need to take him back down to Bahamas and let him sit there for a few days and soak up the sun. It might be the weather. He might be like Birdman, or you know what I'm saying? He just needs the sun rays or something like that to really be impactful. Because these last few games, the weather's been kind of crazy. These last few games, he just hasn't. I'm okay. I'm okay with someone just being in a slump. Like Steph Curry right now, he's not shooting the ball well. He's still playing like Steph Curry, but he's just not shooting the ball well. I'm completely fine with that. But it seems as if there's something else going on with Levi. Like his interest. Now, he's always been a mellow guy. But his interest and his reaction and his want to and will to just seems to be lackluster to the point where in the Richmond game, I could see the frustration in his teammates. It's like, yo, he's not here. And it was more of the same. It was more the same yesterday. And I don't know what it is. Like, but this team is talented, but not talented enough that we can do it without, key components. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a role, and their role is essential. Like, it's important that Keyshawn Curry is aggressive and driving to the basket hard, and it's important. That's imperative to this team's success. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's gonna pick up a charge every now and then, but it's imperative that he plays that way. It's imperative that we can throw the ball into Levi and he can get us some easy baskets. He's a threat down there. It's imperative. It's imperative to our success. It's imperative to our success that Ace Baldwin comes down and he's making the right decisions and not having the same amount of turnovers that he does assists. It's imperative to our success. Every player on the team has a role, and that role has to be executed efficiently. And even if you're not scoring the ball well, like Keyshawn Curry, beginning of the Richmond game, he couldn't buy a basket. He couldn't buy a basket, but he was attacking hard, and that still opened up the defense. So it's imperative that we get Levi mentally back in the game. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. If it's a girlfriend, if it's somebody talked to him wrong, I don't know. But Levi, fix it, bro. Fix it. You're a good player. You're an experienced player. You're damn near 28. Fix it. Be a man about it. So let's start talking about a little bit of Dayton. I was recruited by Anthony Grant, Coach Pujol, JB, and Coach Kane, all those guys. Andy Farrell was a GA back then. So I got a lot of love for that coaching staff. Um, and I was talking to coach, one of the coaches after the game. He was like, man, once we seen Vince was playing, we adjusted how we were gonna even guard you all. You know what I mean? It's apparent that that Jay Nunn isn't as comfortable bringing the ball up the court as your Vince or Ace. So okay, we're gonna force him to bring the ball up the court. We know that none of your bigs outside of Vince is a 3-point threat. It's a 3-point threat. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna sag off on the picks. On pick and roll, we're just gonna sag off. You know what I mean? So those type of adjustments, along with already having offensive struggles in general, even if we have everybody, sometimes we have struggles. Those adjustments, because of Vince's absence, they just exploited it. They exploited it. That's great coaching. It just is what it is. And not to mention, they were just hitting. They were hitting. Like there was plenty of times the defense would be good, hands up. They just hit. You know, it was just one of them things. So it was like a double whammy. Like we're not healthy, and they're playing extremely well, extremely good basketball. There was a couple times when the guard would get into the lane, and Ace would cut him off, and he'd just spin back the other way and fade away and hit it. Like you got to live with those. You got to live with that. That's good. That's great defense, greater offense. You know what I'm saying? It's just those are things that happen. And then you had the guy Kamara, who hey, I don't know whose scout report it is, or if the numbers are just like I'm pretty sure there's a reason because I can't just say who scout report is because it's a system that it's complicated. It's a system that records everything and it prints out the likelihood of somebody making shots. However, we got this guy messed up. The guy, we sag off the guy as if he can't shoot. And it's probably because of the percentage that he's been shooting. But whenever he plays us, he's cash. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's cash. A little left hand. His form looks good. Anyway, my thing is this. As a defensive player, I didn't want to give you a damn thing. I didn't care. Like, oh, shade him to his left. I'll shade you, but I ain't giving you the left. You ain't getting a damn thing. Yeah, I feel like we kind of like, and I guess it's all a part of the scheme to contain everybody else. But yeah, if he's gonna be shooting the ball like that, we got to get out there. You know what I mean? And I look at people's form, and that's how I judge if they can shoot or not. Whether they're making it or not, if I can look at somebody and see how they shoot the ball in their form and their release, I don't care if they're missing it. If I can tell that they can shoot it, I'm going to be there. Like you're not gonna get hot on me. So I was kind of confused about that, or what the issue was with that. But like I said, they were knocking everything out. Maybe he's terrible. Maybe he really is terrible, and this is a game he got hot, just like the rest of the team seemed to be hot. So also we got to do something when we moving forward when we play Darren Holmes. We got to do it. We got to do something better. The drop offs to him are just like easy 2 points. Like it's not. I haven't seen the dude do anything that was ultra skill. I haven't seen him shimmy. I haven't seen him mean drop step. I haven't seen him pump fake. I haven't seen him do anything like it's like, oh wow, your skill level is jumping off the page. No, it's all drop offs. We have to do a better job containing the ball, and we have to make better decisions when we're going to try to block shots. Sometimes you got to just let the guard contest and see if the offensive player can score over the top. Because when we jump and we don't get the block shot, Mr. Holmes is right there just to get the put back or the drop off. So we moving forward, we just gotta be smart about that. And last thing I want to talk about before we get into like the stat leaders, home court advantage. Now, as you guys know, I've been doing some commentary lately, and with that, it requires me to talk to some of the coaches from teams that we're going to be playing against, And I spoke with a coach recently, and he was raving about how it's so hard to come into VCU and to come into the stew and get a win because our environment is so nuts. And the gentleman I was doing the call with to interview the coach, he's like, well, that crowd's not really there anymore. That's not really the environment anymore. You know, when you walk into the studio, you can look and you see these patches. And he's like, well, you know, and then he started comparing it to Dayton. Like, well, Dayton has a good crowd, but they're all old. They're all old. And, you know, but you guys got the young guys that are just, you know, raving. No, we don't. We have a few. We have some VCU loyals. No, we don't. No, we don't. We got some UVA fans that just live in Richmond. You know what I mean? I mean, we had a good like a urban dictionary word I'm gonna teach y'all today, and it's called fugazi. As of right now, we have some fugazi fans, and the definition of fugazi is it seems real, but it ain't. It seems real, but it ain't. You might see somebody with some diamonds. They look like diamonds. Really, they're Cuban zirconia. Fugazi. And our environment is fugazi. It's sometimey. Can't trust it. You know what I mean? You can't trust it. Sometimes we get people like, who was it? Davidson. Packed. Who else we played that was really good? Somebody else. Not St. Joseph. Even though that was better. Can't remember. But those, like it's only like not even a handful of games I know where the crowd was really jumping. That's concerning to me. Because when I was in school, and Briante was in school, when Trevion Graham was in school, and then when Rob Brandenburg and Jaquan Lewis and Melvin Johnson, Mo Alley Cox, you know, when those guys were in school, it was like, yeah, you come in the studio, you gonna have to deal with us. You know, what are they dealing with now? Really, think about it. What are we the same VCU fans from back then? No. Do we have the same home court advantage that we did? No. Now, I've always been a reserved guy. Like, I'm not really out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. You'll never see me like paint it up and nothing like that. But I respect people who do. Like even the Davidson game, we go. Davidson's all on TV, and you got guys in speedos doing the most weird stuff. But however, they're showing so much love for their team and support. I don't know how it is usually. Where we at? I mean, we had the wrestlers. One. We had, those are 40-year-old men. Where are our students? Where are they? Where are the avid college basketball fans? Is VCU not a basketball school anymore? I'm just confused. I don't really understand it. But we demand so much from our guys. But we fugazi. We gotta check ourselves, man. We gotta check ourselves. Look in the mirror. We as fans aren't doing what we're supposed to do. I'm just seating tickets aside. all that aside, there's still empty spots. Nobody can be selling their tickets for buku money for a VCU ticket right now. I've heard situations where people are offering tickets and people don't want to get them. Where are the real VCU fans? Are the people there who are there now? Are they the only real VCU fans? And everybody else who Fugazi back then? I don't know. You tell me. Stat leaders. VCU, Ace Baldwin had 12 points. He was 4 for 8 from the field. He had 4 assists. But he also had 4 turnovers. I think Ace can do better than that. Granted, Dayton really were focusing, keying in on him, trying to make sure that he wasn't as impactful as he could be. They did a good job. I mean, they were double teaming him and getting the ball out of his hands. Hassan showed up and played really good. Not say really good, but he played a pretty good game. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. That was really good. It's good to see him starting to rev that engine back up and play freely again. Like I said, I think the sky's the limit for Hassan. Just keep working, bro. And for Dayton, Darian Holmes had 21 points, 7 rebounds. Like I said, we got to figure something out with him. Tumani Kamara, he had 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And they also had another player have 20 points. They were just getting what they wanted. Also, I think on the defensive end, I felt as if we were letting them run their offense too freely. There wasn't a time we were up in the pass lane where they had to second guess passing it. It was all swing, drive, dunk. You know what I'm saying? It was all, the offense was clicking so well, and we didn't do anything to disrupt them. We just kind of I'm not going to use what AG would say, but we kind of got punked in that aspect because we didn't force them to do anything else. We didn't have anybody, threat the pass, make them push the offense out. Everything was so efficient and executed so well by Dayton yesterday. It's not a takeaway from Dayton either, but I just felt our defense is elite. I don't think Dayton's offense is that elite. You know what I'm saying? They're good, but I don't think they're that elite to where we can't guard them. And I just think we didn't put enough. We didn't have enough fire. We didn't have enough fire to combat their offense run the way it was. So my low-key player of the game, even though we got stomped, my low-key player of the game is Mikael Brown-Jones. He came in there and gave us hella minutes. He was hustling. He was rebounding. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds. Playing defense, playing tough. Hopefully he can build on that. I know, because granted we got stomped, but we still were playing a great team in Dayton, and he was able to produce. So I hope he can take that confidence and just build upon that. I think he has a lot more to offer than what we get from him. But it's all about finding the groove and finding the confidence, being more comfortable out there. Sometimes I think he overthinks things. But I honestly believe that he can be a key component to our success moving forward, because he's talented all around. So moving forward, first things first, we got to forget about this game. Short-term memory when it comes to basketball. There's nothing you can do about it now. We have to move forward. We have to get prepared for Duquesne on Saturday, who, if we slack, we will get beat. Duquesne is the record's not going to really show them to be that good, but they have some lively guys. They will punch you in the mouth. And if we played how we played against Dayton, we might get upset in a close game. But if we come out there and play with some fire, they should be close in the first half, and we should put our foot in the second half. Tournament chances. Moving on to that. I don't know. I really don't know. Some people have us in, some people have us out, like on the bubble. in order to, like I said, in order to really solidify our chances of getting the at-large bid, I think we would have to win out from here on out. We got some good teams still coming up. I mean, I guess Richmond, you got St. Louis, still got St. Bonnie's. So we got to make sure we get those wins, and then we just can't have any terrible losses. And we got George Mason twice, and I don't know if you guys know this, but George Mason is number 2 in the league right now, or something like that. They're playing really good basketball right now. They got a new coach over there. I was talking to my guy who went to George Mason. He's trying to rebuild the culture and change things up. He's getting some better recruits. So George Mason is definitely a team we got to watch out for, and we're going to need to be at full strength and play a really good game to really get those wins. So don't be surprised if we don't come and play our game. We got some serious games and very important games moving forward that we're gonna have to win in order to get an at-large bid, or unless we have to win the whole tournament, which I wish we can do both. You know what I mean? But first things first. Let's take care of business as you can. So as always, put your seatbelt on, put your hard hat on, strap in, get ready for the ride. Until next time, peace.